Hi everyone, it's Brenda Lee here, your pendulum and dosing rod reader and sometimes card reader as well. I invite you here today for the reading of Miss Sherry Lynn Rail. Sherry Lynn was born on September 8th, 1956. She'd be 70 years old today. She went missing from Vancouver, Canada on January 30th of 84. So when she went missing, she was 27 years old. Unfortunately, and strangely enough, her case was not reported until January of 87, 3 years later. Sherry was known for frequenting the downtown east side area of Vancouver. She was alleged to having substance abuse, and she was a sex worker. She left her suite, her place of residence, with all her belongings still inside. She was never seen again. Sadly, there are many, many cases where families report their loved one missing, and they're not taken seriously because of this loved one having addictions or being a street worker. And that's really sad, right? We're all human beings. No matter who we are, we're loved by somebody, right? And unfortunately, that's what happened in this case as well. So I am going to get right into this case here. I'm using my purple pendulum with the chakras. Now, if you're interested, I have this pendulum in my descriptions there. So if you would love to have a pendulum like this, then do go to my description. It'll take you over to Amazon. Not that expensive, and it's gorgeous. Okay, so if you'd like this, then please, by all means, go there. Okay. The first question I'm going to ask, remember, clockwise, show them clockwise. They're already on the ball. Thank you. Show counterclockwise, clockwise for yes, show counterclockwise for no. Thank you. Show a maybe or possibly. There we go. And if you don't want to answer, it doesn't move. And when that happens, we don't question it. Okay. Is Sherry Lynn Rail deceased? Okay. Thank you. She is deceased. Did Sherry pass away from natural causes? No. Thank you. Oh, and by the way, I asked my spirit guides, ascended masters, counselors, the beautiful archangels that want to come in, and ancestors for Sherry to come in, and of course for all the ascended masters, counselors to come in for Sherry Lynn as well. Okay, so she is deceased and she did not pass away from natural disasters. So I'm going to be quite blunt here and ask, was Sherry murdered? Yes, she was. Okay. Was Sherry working the streets on the day of her disappearance? Was she working that day? getting the counterclockwise. Thank you for your big answers there. Yes. Or sorry, no, she was not working. So it was on one of her days off. Was Sherry alone on January 30th of 1984? Was she alone? No. Okay. Was she alone? Sorry. Was Sherry alone? Oh, she was alone. Sorry. Okay. So she wasn't working that day, and she was alone. Did Sherry happen to go to a favorite hangout spot on January 30th? No. Okay. Did Sherry meet someone new on January 30th of 84? No. Okay. Did any of Sherry's friends see her? You might not have been with her, but did they see her? Did any of her friends see her on Sherry on January 30th of 84? Somebody seen her of her friends. Thank you. Turning the page. Did Sherry Lynn get into a confrontation on the day of her disappearance? We're getting a yes. Thank you. Was the confrontation with someone that Sherry knew well? Okay. Thank you. Is it yes? Was it a male who Sherry was in a confrontation with? Is it a male? Yes. Okay. Was there more than one person who was in confrontation with Sherry? Was there more than one person? No. Okay. Is a family member involved in Sherry Lynn's disappearance? No. Okay, that's always good to know. Was a friend of Sherry's involved in her disappearance? It's a friend of Sherry's. No. Okay, thank you. Is it a stranger to Sherry who's involved in her disappearance? Is it a stranger to her? Yes. Okay. Was Sherry abducted? Getting a yes. Okay. So we know it was a man that she was in a confrontation with, that there was only that one person, and that she was abducted. Thank you. Was it a business deal gone bad that caused Sherry's disappearance? Did it have anything to do with business? Thank you. And we all know what her business was that she was into. Okay. So confirmation. Was it a male who caused Sherry to disappear? Was it a male? Yes. Okay. So we also got that she was murdered. Okay, now we know it was a male. It was a stranger to Sherry. already got that. I'll ask this, but we already know the answer. Did Sherry disappear on her own accord? Did Sherry disappear on her own accord? We're getting a no. Okay, so it's always good to put that out there. Okay. Did Sherry get into someone's vehicle on January 30th, 1984? Did she get into a vehicle? Yes. Okay. Did Sherry know the driver? No. Was Sherry forced into the vehicle? Was Sherry forced into the vehicle? No. Okay. She didn't know the driver. Was it a client's vehicle? Okay. So she was on her days off, or a day off, but we're being told that she did get into a vehicle belonging to a client, and that there was a business deal that went bad. Was there a fight or struggle inside the vehicle? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Was Sherry being threatened by anyone leading up to the day of January 30th of 84? Was she being threatened? We're getting a no. Okay. Was Sherry working for a pimp? Was Sherry working for a pimp? Yes. Big yes. Okay. Is it Sherry's pimp that caused her to disappear? No. Okay. Was any weapons used on Sherry? Any weapons? Yes, we're getting for that. Okay, let's find out what weapon or weapons was used on Sherry. Was a knife used on Sherry? No. Okay. Was a gun? Was a gun used on Sherry? Nope. Thank you. Was a rope used on Sherry? Okay, we're getting a yes for rope. Thank you. Now, I'll ask, was the perp's hands used as a weapon on Sherry? Yes. Okay. Was Sherry strangled? Was strangulation the cause of Sherry's death? No. Okay. Was Sherry violated by this person? Yes. Getting the feeling that she was a nice person, and this person would maybe become a possible client of hers at a later date. So she got in the vehicle to talk with him, and everything changed. He probably wanted services, right then and there, I'm guessing she didn't want to oblige. So he used force. Okay, so we know that she is gone. Was Sherry buried? Getting a no. Was Sherry put in or near water? In or near water? Yes. Thank you. Was Sherry put in the ocean? No. Was Sherry put in a lake? Big answers. Okay, we're getting a no. Thank you for your connection, all of the divine family. Was Sherry put in a muskeg? We're getting a yes for that. My light just flickered. A muskeg. You guys know what that is, right? A muskeg. It's almost like a swamp. Something like that. Like an area that you would find like that moose and that love to rummage through is a muskeg. It's kind of murky, muddy water. Is Sherry's perpetrator now deceased? Getting a yes. Thank you. Is Sherry's remains still in this muskeg? Yes. Okay, thank you. Is this muskeg in a forested area? It's not. That's usually where you're going to find a muskeg, is in like a well-treed area. That's interesting. Okay, those answers are questions of what they're asking because she's not alive. Did Sherry know or meet a man on January 30th, 1984 who went by the name of Robert Picton? Wow. We're getting a yes, a big yes. Just making sure I didn't miss any questions there. Okay, so many of you have probably heard of the man named Robert Picton. Okay, so I just have disgust when I think of this guy. Okay, so he was a pig farmer. That's not why I'm disgusted. A pig farmer who lived in Port Coquitlam, BC, which is a part of Vancouver. He was first charged with 6 counts of second-degree murder, and he was sentenced to maximum security prison not far out of Quebec City in 2007. So as more information came out, he was charged with murdering 26 women from BC, Canada. So you may recognize these names if you were watching the news at the time. You may have heard of Georgina Bappen, Serena Abotsway, Mona Wilson, Andrea Josberry, Brenda Ann Wolf, and Marnie Fry. These are just a few of Picton's victims. So later, Picton bragged in jail, in prison. He bragged about actually killing 40 women. Many of his victims were from the east side of Vancouver. Now, that's also where his farm was located. It's on the east side of Vancouver. On May 19th, 2024, Picton was assaulted by another inmate, and he later died of the consequences of the injury that he sustained. He was 74 years old, okay, when he passed away. All right. So, from what I remember hearing in the story was that he would pick up these women. Now, I don't know if they were all sex workers or not. I'm not sure. Or also if he had a thing against street workers. I don't know about that either, but it kind of sounds that way. So we're going to get into this a little bit more now. Okay. Was Sherry Lynn Rail tortured? Getting a yes. Okay. I know this sounds disgusting, guys, but it's a question that needs to be asked. Was Sherry fed to the pigs on Picton's farm? We're getting a yes. Unfortunately, that makes sense when I asked the question about muskeg, if Sherry was in a muskeg, and it came out yes, because as you know, with pigs, that's what they enjoy, is like muskeggy areas, right? They bathe in it and whatnot, they play in it. That's their thing. That's what pigs do. And unfortunately, according to our divine family, this is where Sherry Lynn was put. Okay, and I believe that a lot of these women were fed to the pigs. Am I right about that? Yes. Did law enforcement take Sherry's disappearance seriously? No. It's really sad. Thank you. Will law enforcement take my information on Sherry Lynn seriously? Okay, good. Because a lot of us don't get the recognition for what we do, and sometimes are just completely ignored by law enforcement, but not to say completely, because I do know that there has been quite a few people who have been able to help law enforcement to find missing people or to find out what happened to them. Okay, and this is no different. Okay. You know, guys, this is what's really strange here. When I was doing this reading, I had pulled, when I was not doing the reading, but when I was looking over the information of Sherry and coming up with these questions, co-creating with the universe, with the divine, on the questions that should be asked regarding Sherry Lynn Rail. I asked Spirit to direct me to a card deck where I could pull some cards that would help me even more so with the reading of Sherry. The card deck that it started to do a yes in front of, which is how I pulled these decks out, was the crime deck that I have. There was 2 cards that fell onto the table. And I'm just going to show you. The first card that came out was the farm card. No word of a lie. And that is where our reading right now. That's what it's telling us. She was at the pig farm and she was fed to the pigs. The second card that was pulled. Backyard. Backyard in the pig area. Crazy, right? The divine doesn't lie. Though, you know, I have in my information, my description, and I will say it from time to time, that this channel is for entertainment purposes only, okay? I don't have scientific facts, but I do go according to what the divine says and what their facts have to say. So for today, I take a deep breath now because it's a very heavy case. What has happened to many of these women? What happens to a lot of women today? Still, they may not be fed to a pig farmer or to pigs. He was one himself, but it's so sad. There's so many missing people. Every day I am seeing more missing people. It's just crazy. So we're going to take a deep breath, and then I'm going to provide my viewers with a card from Spirit that they chose. Letting that negative energy go. Okay. Angel number card or deck was what was asked to show you today. Okay. I ask you guys, I do appreciate when you click to like my videos, and that's very important because if you like this information, it tells me that you like this information, this type of content, but it also tells YouTube as well. So do click the like button. Sharing helps as well. Subscribing helps as well. And it helps me to see how many people are interested in this type of content. It not only helps me, but when I'm doing missing persons cases, there might be a message that I am providing through the divine, using me as a messenger, that could help other people. So it is important to share so that the word gets out, and it could lead even in a case, right? So it's really important. Okay. Also, if you are interested, like I said, in this here pendulum, do go to my description and you'll see it there in writing. and then you click on that, and it'll take you right to the Amazon page where you can find out more information about it, and you can purchase from there. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I've chosen a card for you. And it is the 9999. Okay, I'll read it to you and then I'll show you. Lessons learned. Combination, results, benefits, reflection, completion. Culmination, that's what I meant to say. Results, benefits, reflection, and completion. Now, it's telling us to take stock of your accomplishments and how you arrived at them. This is a reminder to maintain optimism and drive toward your goals. Maintain your momentum and know that the powers of heaven have your back. You made it, and the reward goes to you. Okay. The number also might mean something for you. Okay. So that's all that I have for today. Thank you for being with me. Take care, and we'll see you soon. But should go P.S. I am going to be doing a review soon, so if you have any questions, write them down. I might even do the review before this video goes out, unfortunately. Hopefully not. It just depends. Okay? But anyway, of when I decide to do the review. Okay. All right. Thank you. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Take care.